Hello, Camp Green Lane.
Hey everybody, I'm Dave Meltzer.
Marty Isaac.
We used to be known as Marty and Meltz during our years at camp.
Yep. And our first year was 1969. And that year I was in the Tigers. And my counselors were Mark Rosen and Howie Balzer. And I happened to have a postcard from the counselors sent home to the parents prior to visiting day. And Mark Rosen wrote, "Dear Mr. and Mrs. Isaac, I am writing this letter just to reassure you that Marty is going to have the best of care while in camp. I'm sure it will come as no surprise to you that Marty is already the cabin athletic star and that he is very popular with the other kids." And then my junior counselor, Howie Balzer, I was lucky enough to have him twice. I had him in the Tigers in 69 and the Giants in 71. This is what Howie wrote home that first year in 1969. "Dear Mr. and Mrs. Isaac, this is just a note from the other half of the duo who are helping Marty along in camp. He is taking part in all the activities and has become the most popular boy in the bunk due to his athletic prowess. Blah, blah, blah." And Meltz, what do you have to say?
So we've been buddies since 1969, 51 years. We both live in Vermont, just a couple miles from each other.
Right.
We see each other almost every single day. That means that every single day we're reminiscing about Camp Green Lane.
And the stories just get better and better as we go along.
All right, I got something. Since Marty read something, I'd like to read something too. And it's based on this historic artifact. When we were in the Braves on Senior Hill, we played the Waiters in a softball game on July 14th, 1974. And we beat the Waiters 4-3. One of the great upsets in sports history. You may have caught the film on ESPN. Anyway, at the end of the game, we signed the ball and dedicated it to our counselor, Al Silverman. And all of us who played, we signed and we gave it to Al as a gift. 36 years later, in 2010, I was able to connect with Al. He came up to where I live in Vermont because his son was looking at attending the local college. Al had saved the ball and he gifted it to us.
We had no idea that the ball even was in existence anymore.
Incredible. Because this is one of our greatest camp memories. So we corresponded with Al about it, and I'd love to share some of the words that Al wrote. And this is reflective of what a tremendous counselor and mentor and role model he was for us when we were 14, at a very formidable age.
Good word, formidable.
Formidable.
And
Hold on to the ball.
I will hold on to the ball as you read this
All right.
unbelievable email that Al sent.
It's beautiful. He wrote, "I've thought about that ball some over the years, since it resided for decades on top of a chest of drawers in my old bedroom in my parents' house, and I saw it every time I paid a visit." He saved the ball. He wrote, "I've come to the conclusion that for a moment in time," I got goosebumps, "that game meant everything to a cabin full of young men on the rise. It was an example that dreams can be realized, that adversity can be overcome, and that a group working as a team can accomplish great things. I think of the ball as a symbol of a shining moment in the lives of some remarkable individuals who shared a magical summer, a summer that helped to launch them into adulthood with an optimism and a passion that would fuel the rest of their lives, and I will never forget the joy on all your faces, a shared joy that should be embraced and remembered for its purity."
it's just beautiful that, you know, we were campers and we always looked up to the counselors, and Al,
Right.
you know, he said, look, you guys don't know how lucky you have it, and how great things are for you, and you don't realize till you don't have them anymore. And by the way, we were color war captains on the white team in 1973 and 74 it was? 74. I thought we were waiters in 74. Okay. I don't know. 69 to 74. Anyway, see, this is what senility does to you.
And we kicked butt in rope burning.
We won rope burning.
Oh, we dominated.
Yes. And there was this mythical story that whoever won rope burning lost color war, but that's not true. We lost color war because Lee Stein was the captain on the other team. So Howie Balzer and Robin Dopkin, I believe, our counselor captains. And he said, we're never going to win because Lee Stein. But anyway, that's just an aside, and hopefully, Jerry, you will laugh at that. And
The counselors.
yeah, the counselors.
The counselors meant the world to us. And that's why I really wanted to share the email and the ball, because we were influenced by them. They really helped guide us way more than anything at home, like teachers, you know, even in a lot of ways, more than parents, family, mentors in school or whatnot. It was the counselors that played a key role in helping us develop as young men.
Absolutely, absolutely, and it just stayed with us all this time. It was in us always, and we carried it forward, and we're still living and enjoying it to this day.
And camp friends, there's no friends like camp friends. We used to call it camp and the off season.
Yeah. Yeah, we lived, 24 hours a day. We did everything together, and we became a unified group of kids, and it was an experience that really shaped our lives in a lot of ways.
That's the main thing I'd like to convey. That Camp Green Lane formed me into who I've become, more so really than any other experience. The years that I spent as a camper, forming friendships, developing skill sets related to sports, socializing, and being mentored and nurtured and empowered by my counselors was a gift that I can only try and repay kids that I work with now.
Well said.
Thanks, Camp Green Lane.
Go CGL.